Good mugging morning, beautiful people. It is November 5th, and honestly, I don't know who decided to call it November. Honestly, to me, it's now o'clock, and the date is now. So, if anything, we should call it Nowvember, all right? Nowvember 5th, welcome to another beautiful opportunity to celebrate life. Here we are, once again, and I got a couple of things I want to just share, okay? And this is coming from the heart. So, first of all, the mugging movement is all about living in the truth. The truth will set you free. And I don't claim to know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, but I do know a couple of truths. And I've experienced in my life that when I ground myself in the truths that I actually know, I tend to feel a lot more at peace and a lot happier. Okay? So, what are these truths that I'm talking about? I'm talking about the very simple facts that us human beings are comprised of a mind, body, and spirit. Okay? And when you ground yourself in those facts and you pay attention to your mind, your body, and your spirit, life starts to clear up and things start to get a little bit more simple because we're not focusing on controlling others and we're not focusing on controlling the world. And we're also not focusing on getting and protecting ourselves and being safe and surviving. No, we're actually focused on thriving in these three pillars of life. So let's talk a little bit about each. So I'm a big elements guy. I love the elements, fire, wind, earth, and water. It just speaks to me. It feels like those are also like core truths of reality. When you look out into the world, we see earth, wind, fire, and water. Those are the building blocks of our physical world. So I always like to draw parallels within other truths to deeper understand and kind of feel more connected to it. So when we're talking about living a healthy life, mind, body, and spirit, I like to start with the body. Okay, we could start with either one, but starting with the body is a good place because when you have a healthy body and you feel strong, centered, and clear in your body, your life, you can focus more on cleaning your thoughts. You can focus more on being aligned with the divine, with the spirit within you. Okay, and we'll talk more about that. But let's just start with the body because the body is represented by the element of earth. And earth is the foundation. Just like having a healthy body is the foundation of a healthy life. You gotta start with the body. That's why I say first thing in the morning, drink some lemon water, drink some celery juice. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my celery juicers. And by the way, if you want to learn more about celery juice and like, what's Simba talking about? Celery juice, huh? What is that? Well, there's a book and it's by this amazing human being named Anthony William. And whoops, that's just a color. But the name of this book is Celery Juice. Okay? The most powerful medicine of our time. And that is not an exaggeration. This is an amazing person, an amazing book, and it tells you everything you need to know about the benefits of celery juice, how to do it. Maybe I'll make a video on that, but if you want to just learn about it yourself, check out that book, all right? So we start the day with healthy hydration, cleansing our bodies, eating clean, healthy, aligned foods. That's the foundation of a happy life, okay? A healthy life is starts with the foundation of the body, and that's the earth. Okay? Then we move on to the mind. Once you have a healthy body, you need to tend to the garden of your mind. Healthy thoughts. Okay? Now the thoughts and your mind is represented by the element of water. All right? Now water is flow, and water gives life to the earth. Just like we need rain to grow fruits, vegetables, grass, trees from the earth. So our thoughts is what brings life to our body, which means that once we have a healthy foundation, our bodies are healthy, we could direct our attention and we could direct our body to live life, to act, and to give to the world. So water is a giving flow. just like the rain comes down to the earth and it gives us plants, it gives life to the earth. So your thoughts give life to your body. When you have a strong body, you could direct your mind. Where do you want to go? And we could use what I call the 3 I's: intention, imagination, and identity. Okay, these are 3 tools that you use with your mind. You set an intention with your mind. You can use your imagination to visualize what it's going to be like when you get there already, so that you have energy and direction. And then identity is that you can start to align yourself as the type of person that does those actions so that it results in your imagination and your vision. Okay, that's kind of the secret sauce to fulfilling your desires. Okay, and it all comes from this place of flow, which is so important. So even though we're using our mind and we're using our intention, imagination, these are all tools to direct the direction. It's like the compass on a boat, and we're flowing on the boat. But remember that you're flowing, and that sometimes you need to take a turn. It's not rigid. It's not like this is the way I'm going to get there and there's no other way. Stay fluid, and bring your mind is just your awareness, your presence to your journey, and flow with it. Stay present. And the beautiful thing is that when you have a clear body and a clean body, so you get guidance from your body too. And this is a tool called discernment, which is tuning into your body to see how you feel before a decision. Sometimes you'll feel your body saying, yes, that's the right thing. Let's go there. Let's do that thing. Sometimes your body tenses up and it's like, no, that's not the right thing. Listen to that. That's part of using your mind to flow and to go with the guidance of the flow. All right. So we got the foundation of the body, and then we got the mind, which is the water. Moving on to the spirit. Your spirit. We can't even begin to put words to this. The same way we can't really put words to wind. Okay, so your spirit is the wind, because wind is like invisible. You can't see the wind, the air, but at the same time, we know it's there, and we can't live without it. As a matter of fact, air is like the most important thing that's keeping us alive. So too the spirit. Your spirit is that part of you that cannot really be described, and it can't be seen, but it can be sensed, sometimes more than others. And when you really tap into it, you realize it's the most essential part of who you are. Okay? So one of the ways that we could really tap into that is through the breath. Air, right? Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Very simple, gentle breathing. When you bring your awareness to your breath and you take deep breaths in through your body, it connects you deep with your spirit. You start to feel light. And that's a good sign. Always on this path that we're on, guys. Light workers, let's go. We're on this path of spreading light in the world. We got to feel light. And so some of our guiding indicators are flags, Also, we could call it the North Star. When people used to travel back in the day on the ocean, they would look for the North Star, and they would know where to go based on that light. So we have an inner North Star. And our North Star is that feeling of lightness. When you feel light and energized and clear and clean, that means you're going in the right direction. So this breathing helps you get to that place. You feel a lot lighter. So if you ever feel yourself getting tense or heavy, breathe a little bit, okay? And I'll give you an exact thing that I like to do, which is called box breathing, which is breathing in for 4, holding for 4, and then breathing out for 4, holding again for 4, and then keep on doing that. Sometimes I like to do 3, and what would you call that? Like triangle breathing. And you already know we love 3s around here. We love to deal with the number 3. It's a very powerful number. It's the number of balance. It's Gimel. Gimel, shout out to the band. All right, we'll talk more about that soon. But the 3 breathing could be the same thing as before, but this time it's deeper breaths, stronger breaths, so you can get a full lungs in 3 seconds. So it's like hold for 3 and then let it all out for 3 seconds, and then hold. Keep on doing that. All right, that's just a suggestion. Take it or leave it. All right. Now, moving on to fire. Fire is an interesting one, and I gave this some thought. And the interesting thing about fire is that fire is the transformational element, right? Fire is what transforms wood into flame, into heat. Fire is what transforms meat, right? Going from raw to cooked. And so fire is a transformational agent. Fire is a transformational force. So what's the most transformational force within us human beings? I'm going to say it's the voice. Our voice, our mouth, our words. Our words are fire, and we could create with our words, and we could also destroy with our words, just like fire can create or destroy. So our words are powerful, and our words create energy and force. You could use your words to heat up your system, so to speak, to get the engine pumping. Even if you have a clean body, a clear mind, and a clear soul or spirit, you need to light that fire to get moving. You need that passion. You need that drive. Now, sometimes, and I find this a lot in my line of work, coaching people, that people have a hard time summoning up this energy from within them. And I think it has a lot to do with the way we're taught to speak and the things that we're listening to, right? People talking on the news, and we'll talk about that soon. But people talking on the news, people talking on the radio, and we hear a lot of chatter, and then our minds are chattering, and then the way we speak, a lot of low vibrational speaking that I hear out there, cursing, talking about others, talking negatively about ourselves or anyone else. These are all this like weak fire, okay? It keeps our fire down. But when we speak powerfully, when we use words, big words, all right, powerful words, and we stand behind our word, and our word means something, that's fire. Now, when people struggle with that, so we need someone from the outside to light us up on fire a little bit. And that's what a coach is. This is in my morning reflection, I realized that's what a coach is. A coach is an external flame just lending some assistance to light your flame, right? And the beautiful thing about sharing candles is that you can share your flame and it doesn't diminish from the last one, right? I spend time with someone, share my fire with them, and then they take their fire and run with it. That's the most beautiful thing to see as a coach, is when someone just is able to do it by themselves. That's what I want to see with my clients. So the coach is a transformational agent, just like fire transforms. So the key to coaching is the transformational conversation. Conversation, words. It's amazing to see how you can talk to someone, and in that conversation, their life transforms. They realize new things, they access deeper places within themselves, and then that results in them taking action in their world and upgrading their mind, body, and spirit, and ultimately their life. So that's the 4 elements. That is the 4 pillars of life. And there's nothing wrong with needing a coach. If you're someone who wants to live like this, someone who wants to live powerfully in their mind, body, and spirit, but you don't have that fire within you yet, find a coach. And if you resonate with me, I'd love to be your coach. And you can reach me actually with email. I'll put my email in the description. Reach out, we could talk, and we're for a good fit. I'd love to coach you. All right? So moving on. I want to talk about the Parsha, and we've been talking about Avram Avinu, our father, and that's actually what Avram means. It's Av Ha'am. So it's the father of our nation. It's literally what the name means. He's the father of a nation. And this guy is the righteous rebel. And he is so cool the way he just goes for it. And the way he goes directly to God. He goes directly to the Creator. And he trusts 100%. And he follows his guidance. He's following his North Star, his alignment. And it's leading him to all the right places. And I read yesterday that the city of Sodom was being destroyed because they were a city of darkness, essentially, a city of lies. They weren't living in alignment, they were living in alignment, okay? And so God was going to destroy this place. And you see in the story that like they're all freaking out, and this guy Lot is like trying to not die in that situation. And you don't even see Avram in that whole story. And that's just a clue to see that like, you know, there's dark societies out there, and there's people who are up to no good. Our job as light, as agents of the light, is not to even engage with them, which means don't even watch the news. Don't even like play the game of seeing who's being elected and worrying about it and then hoping this, that, and the other. No, in the story of Sodom, Avram wasn't even mentioned. He's like on the side chilling. He's playing in the garden, you know, he's with his wife, they're laughing, they're having kids, you know, like they're just living life. They're celebrating. They're getting destroyed. Everyone gets what they deserve in the end of the day, and we don't have to be the ones making sure that it's all happening, you know, like let the creator do what he does, because light and truth will always win. So you focus on your alignment, you focus on your truth, and everything will be fine. All right. So let's just study Avram a little bit more, because he is such a gangster, a righteous rebel. Shout out to my righteous rebels out there. By the way, if we ever start like a motorcycle group, we're going to be called the Righteous Rebels. All right. And so Avram, he's the ultimate giver. It was all about giving. We were told that his tents had doors on all sides of them so that people could come from any direction. He was always open to guests. He wanted to be a giver, which, by the way, a giver is a gever. A gever is what they call in Israel, like in Hebrew. Gever is like the man, you know, like someone who's awesome is a gever. And it sounds like giver because that is the secret sauce code to the entire world, is giving. When you're a giver, you're aligning with the energy of the creator and you're good, right? And there's all these G's, you know, I'm talking about the G's and the Gimmels: giving, gratitude, growth, God. You're good, okay? Speaking of Gimmel, Gimmel is actually having our second gig ever tonight, and we're going to be playing for my friend's bachelor party, so super excited, and look out for some footage of that. And if you haven't checked us out yet, check out our YouTube channel. I just posted a bunch of recordings of us, and we're getting pretty saucy out there, so check out Gimmel. And speaking of Gimmel, also Gimmel in the mugging is guf, which is your body. So I just want to talk a little bit about the body again, because so many of us, that's where we're at. We're up to the level of foundation. Okay, so bringing it back to the foundation, getting your body healthy is number one, and it starts with, first of all, getting into that giving mindset. So you want to give to your body. You're giving your body. It's a relationship. Okay, that's the key to health. And I've seen it too much in the world of fitness and dieting, where people kill themselves and they're like, oh, I'm going to fast and I'm going to do this and I'm going to break myself. No, it's a relationship. It's actually, health is supposed to bring you closer to yourself. So that guf, the body, is a relationship. It's giving. Give yourself healthy foods. Give yourself the gift of not eating things that make you feel horrible. Okay. Also, Gimel is the number 3, and it represents balance. Balance is the key to a healthy body. First of all, actual balance, like working on your physical balance, is a great thing. It's good to have balance. Stand on one leg, stand on the other leg. For any of those who have been to some of my magenmovement yoga classes, you know the Gimel pose is about balance. You're standing on one leg, and that puts your body into the shape of a Gimel. So Gimel is about balance, and we bring balance into our bodies by listening to our body and adjusting as we go, as we hear the message. That's what balancing is. When you're standing on one leg, your body's like going a little to this side, so then you listen and you adjust and you can center yourself. Same thing in all areas of health in your body. How much to move, you can feel it, you can push, lift a little bit of weight. Is that too much? So then lift a little bit of less. Then is that too little? Okay, find your weight, Move your body in the direction that it naturally goes with some weight in it, and that's how you build muscle. Okay? And then all areas of life, eating, sleeping, it's all about balance. And you got to listen to your body, create that relationship with your body. And when you have a strong relationship with your body, with yourself, then you can start to relate to the world as a giver. Now you could be someone who's really an agent of the light because your tank is full. Okay, so remember, start with the foundation. Then fill your mind with the flow, with healthy, clean water so that you can nourish your body and your actions with directed and guided action. Aligned action is the key, all right? And then we move deeper into the spirit. The spirit is that life force within you, the breath. Breathe deep. Be inspired. Inspired comes to the word to breathe in. So when you're breathing, you're inspired, your spirit is alive. And when you're inspired, you inspire others, okay? And spiritual growth is about being the best person you could be. It's about aligning with the divine, being the creator in your life and creating light for others. And finally, that fire. Listen, if you got the fire, remember, it's in your words. Speak powerfully, speak creation, speak being, and everything will follow. And again, if you need someone to light your fire for you, I got you. I would love to help you. I would love to be there and walk alongside you on your journey to becoming your greatest self, to aligning with the divine so you can let your light shine. Sending so much love to your day. Have an amazing rest of your day and your month. Remember, it's now November, so make the most of today, because today is the first day of the rest of your life. Hakuna Matata.